Your Social Security benefits might be at risk, despite Trump's promise to protect them. His new plan, backed by Elon Musk, sounds like a win for retirees, but experts warn it could accelerate the Social Security trust fund's insolvency. On the other hand, could this actually be the bold move needed to fix the system? With drastic changes on the table, your financial future could look very different in just a few years. Here's what's really happening and how it could impact your retirement. Trump's Social Security promise. Can he keep it? During his campaign, President Trump made a bold promise. I will not cut a single penny from Social Security or Medicare. He reassured Americans that their benefits were safe and that he would not raise the retirement age by even 1 day. On the surface, this sounds like great news for retirees, but is it financially possible? One of Trump's biggest proposals is eliminating federal taxes on Social Security benefits. Currently, about 40% of Social Security recipients pay taxes on a portion of their benefits, depending on their total income. By removing these taxes, millions of retirees could keep more money in their pockets each year. But there's a catch. Those taxes help fund Social Security. They were first introduced in 1983 and expanded in 1993 to support the program. The Social Security Administration estimates that repealing them could cost the trust fund over $1 trillion in lost revenue over the next decade, potentially causing the fund to run out 1 year earlier than expected. So, if tax revenue is cut, how will Social Security remain financially stable? Trump's team argues that economic growth and job creation will generate enough new payroll tax revenue to make up for the shortfall. However, experts warn that this strategy is highly uncertain and could leave the program more vulnerable in the long run. The key question remains, is this a smart way to provide relief to retirees, or is it a short-term benefit that could create a long-term funding crisis? Elon Musk's role, the tech billionaire's plan to reshape Social Security. Elon Musk isn't just running Tesla and SpaceX anymore. As the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, he now has a direct influence on federal spending, including Social Security. But instead of proposing benefit cuts, Musk is focusing on fixing the system through economic growth and efficiency. Musk has long criticized government waste, and his new role gives him the power to streamline operations. His strategy: reduce bureaucracy, eliminate inefficiencies, and drive economic expansion. He believes that by increasing the number of employed Americans, the Social Security system can generate more payroll tax revenue, potentially delaying its insolvency. One of Musk's key ideas is removing financial penalties for retirees who want to keep working. Under the current system, seniors who collect Social Security before full retirement age and continue working often face benefit reductions. Musk sees this as a major flaw, arguing that more working seniors means more payroll tax contributions, which could help stabilize the trust fund. However, critics are skeptical. While boosting employment and cutting government inefficiencies sound great in theory, these changes take time, and Social Security's funding problems are imminent. Without new sources of revenue or policy adjustments, relying solely on economic growth might not be enough. So, is Musk's efficiency-driven approach the solution Social Security needs? Or is it a risky gamble that could leave retirees vulnerable? Vivek Ramaswamy and J.D. Vance, Alternative Strategies for Social Security. While Trump and Musk focus on eliminating taxes and cutting government inefficiencies, Vivek Ramaswamy and J.D. Vance have their own ideas on how to fix Social Security without raising taxes or cutting benefits. Their approach? Boost economic growth, increase workforce participation, and change how the government handles retirement funding. Vivek Ramaswamy's plan, Growth, is the solution. Vivek Ramaswamy, known for his aggressive pro-business stance, believes the real issue isn't Social Security itself. It's the slow U.S. economic growth. According to him, if the U.S. GDP grows at just 1% per year, the Social Security Trust Fund will run out of money. But if growth increases to 4% or more, many of these funding problems could disappear naturally. To achieve this, Ramaswamy supports deregulating the economy to allow businesses to grow faster, expanding domestic energy production, drilling, fracking, nuclear energy to create jobs and lower costs, reforming the Federal Reserve to stabilize inflation and wages, encouraging retirees to stay in the workforce by fixing Social Security's work penalties. His core belief? The U.S. doesn't have a Social Security problem, it has a growth problem. If the economy expands fast enough, more workers will pay into the system, delaying or even preventing insolvency. J.D. Vance's plan, get more people back to work. Senator J.D. Vance sees another issue. Too many working-age Americans are unemployed. He argues that millions of men in their prime working years, ages 25 to 54, are relying on government assistance instead of contributing to payroll taxes. By moving these people back into the workforce, Vance believes the government could generate billions in additional Social Security revenue. His approach includes reducing government benefits that discourage employment, increasing tariffs on foreign goods to bring back American manufacturing jobs, creating incentives for young Americans to enter the workforce earlier, increasing their lifetime contributions to Social Security. Will these strategies work? Both Ramaswamy and Vance rely on the same fundamental idea. If more Americans are working, Social Security will have more funding without raising taxes or cutting benefits. But here's the problem. These plans assume that economic growth will happen fast enough to fix Social Security before the trust fund runs dry. And if that doesn't happen, major benefit cuts or tax increases could still be on the table. So, will their pro-business, pro-work strategies be enough to save Social Security? Or is this another high-risk bet that could leave retirees with fewer benefits in the long run? If you want to understand everything about the new Social Security rules, click the subscribe button below the video now so you don't miss any new videos from our channel. 5 major proposals to fix Social Security. Social Security is running out of time. The trust fund is projected to run dry within the next decade, which means Congress will have to act one way or another. If the economy doesn't grow fast enough to generate new funding, lawmakers will be forced to make changes to keep the program afloat. Here are the 5 biggest proposals currently being debated. 1. Raising the full retirement age, FRA. One of the most common suggestions is to increase the full retirement age from 67 to 69. The idea is simple. Since people are living longer, they should work longer before collecting benefits. This could reduce Social Security's funding gap by 20 to 30%. Sounds reasonable, right? Not so fast. Many blue-collar workers rely on early retirement because of physically demanding jobs. While life expectancy has increased for wealthier Americans, lower-income groups haven't seen the same gains. Most people still retire in their mid-60s, meaning they would just end up collecting reduced benefits if the FRA is pushed back. 2. Reducing cost of living adjustments, COLA. Every year, Social Security benefits are adjusted for inflation through COLA increases. Some proposals suggest reducing these adjustments by 0.5% per year, which could cover 29% of the funding shortfall. But this would mean retirees' buying power would shrink over time. Inflation spikes, like those in recent years, would hit seniors even harder. This change would impact current retirees immediately, not just future ones. 3. Increasing payroll taxes. Currently, employees pay 6.2% of their income into Social Security, with employers matching that amount. A gradual increase to 6.5% over 6 years could reduce the shortfall by 15%, according to a 2024 University of Maryland study. This has strong bipartisan support. 85% of Republicans and 88% of Democrats in a national survey supported the idea. Since it's a gradual increase, it wouldn't hit workers all at once. However, opponents argue that raising payroll taxes would take money out of workers' paychecks, affecting their ability to save for retirement outside of Social Security. Eliminating the payroll tax cap. Right now, Social Security taxes only apply to earnings up to $176,177 as of 2025. Any income above that amount isn't taxed for Social Security. Wealthier Americans stop contributing after reaching this cap. Some lawmakers want to remove the cap or apply Social Security taxes to income over $250,000. If passed, this could Extend the trust fund's solvency for 75 more years. Affect only the top 4% of earners, while keeping taxes unchanged for 96% of Americans. Of course, high-income earners oppose this, arguing that Social Security is already a bad deal for them, since they pay in more than they'll ever receive in benefits. 5. Means testing for benefits. Right now, everyone who pays into Social Security receives benefits, whether they're millionaires or retirees living on a fixed income. Means testing would reduce benefits for the wealthiest retirees, ensuring that lower-income seniors receive more support. A 2024 survey found that 90% of Republicans and 94% of Democrats support cutting benefits for the top 20% of earners. This could reduce the funding gap by 11%. However, lawmakers from both parties have resisted this idea, arguing that Social Security is supposed to be a universal benefit and that wealthier Americans already receive lower returns on their contributions. Which proposal will actually pass? At this point, no single solution is enough to fix Social Security on its own. Experts believe the final plan will likely be a combination of several of these changes. The big question is, who will pay the price? Retirees, workers, or high earners? How will these changes affect you? No matter which proposal wins out, one thing is clear: Social Security will change. It's just a matter of when and how. The decisions made over the next few years will determine whether retirees get to keep the benefits they've been promised or face unexpected cuts. If Trump's plan goes through, if Trump successfully eliminates taxes on Social Security benefits, millions of retirees will see an immediate increase in their monthly income, especially those who rely on benefits as their primary source of income. But this would also remove a critical revenue stream for Social Security, and without new funding sources, the trust fund could run out even sooner. If that happens, benefits could be cut automatically unless Congress intervenes. If payroll taxes are increased, raising payroll taxes, either across the board or just for high earners, could extend the program's solvency, but it would mean workers would have less take-home pay, affecting their ability to save for retirement outside of Social Security. Employers could face higher labor costs, potentially impacting wages and job growth. High earners would pay significantly more into the system, possibly receiving little to no extra benefit in return. If the retirement age is raised, if the full retirement age is pushed to 69 or beyond, younger workers would need to wait longer to receive full benefits. However, most people still retire in their mid-60s, which means many would end up with permanently reduced benefits if they claim early. This could have a disproportionate impact on blue-collar workers who may be physically unable to work longer, lower-income Americans who tend to have shorter life expectancies and would collect benefits for fewer years. If benefits are cut for high earners, if means testing is introduced, wealthier retirees might see reduced or eliminated benefits. While this might seem like an easy fix, critics argue that it undermines the fundamental principle of Social Security, that it's a system everyone pays into and benefits from, regardless of income. What's the bottom line? No matter which changes are passed, one thing is certain: relying solely on Social Security is risky. The future of the program is uncertain, and benefits could become less generous for future retirees. The real question is, are you financially prepared for whatever happens next? What can you do now to protect your retirement? With Social Security facing an uncertain future, the smartest move you can make is to take control of your retirement strategy today. Whether you're already retired or still years away, the steps you take now could make the difference between financial security and struggling to make ends meet. 1. Reevaluate your retirement plan. If you're nearing retirement, consider whether you should claim Social Security early or delay benefits. Remember, every year you delay past full retirement age, up to age 70, your benefits increase by 8% annually. But if changes are coming, could it be smarter to collect sooner rather than later? 2. Diversify your income streams. If Social Security benefits are cut or taxed differently, relying on them alone could put you at risk. Consider other income sources like 401ks, IRAs, annuities, rental properties, or part-time work to reduce your dependence on Social Security. 3. Stay informed on policy changes. The future of Social Security will depend on legislation passed in the coming years. Keep an eye on government proposals, as a small change today could mean thousands of dollars less or more over your retirement. Optimize your tax strategy. If Trump's plan to eliminate Social Security taxes moves forward, it could mean more money in your pocket. Work with a financial advisor to determine whether Roth conversions, tax-free investments, or strategic withdrawals can help minimize your tax burden. 5. Prepare for a higher retirement age. If the full retirement age is raised, your benefits could be reduced if you retire too soon. If you plan ahead now, you can ensure you're financially stable regardless of what Congress decides. Your retirement is in your hands. Social Security will change, but you don't have to be caught off guard. The key is to take action today so that you're financially secure no matter what happens. The question is, are you prepared? If you want to learn more about how to protect your retirement and avoid losing money to the government, subscribe to the channel now to receive our upcoming videos.